Welcome to Timberborn Update 5. My name is Nilaus and we are here with another Timberborn video. This will not be a let's play, but it'll be more of a showcase where I have already on Twitch played through a game on the new Update 5 with all the bad water and bad tides. And then I'll be showcasing all of it here, sort of giving you an idea about the different transitions of the game as a result of the new changes in Update 5. Let's have a look at what Update 5 actually does and the main parts here. So you can see there's something new here on the map that is BADWATER. And we have, which one did I want? I want to try the diorama because that has a nice, interesting idea that it is the smallest map possible. So there are a lot of other constraints. If we look at this, you can see that there's some bad water here that contaminates our water supply. So let's dive in and take a look at what it looks like. So this is the map we are working on, very small map. It has one water source, it has one bad water source, and you can see here with the bad water how it works. It flows in and then mixes with normal water, and you can see where the water here, it's still irrigating, but all of this is destroyed ground, and that's pretty bad. That means you can't really do anything, all the plants will die. You can see here, anything that is touching, these ones are dying. And they will die in 0.1 days. They die really quickly when they are on this area. It spreads 7 tiles out from any source. So this is something we need to keep in mind. At the beginning, we can just build up around here. But we need to get this sorted so that it doesn't pollute the water here. And then also get this accessible. We're coming in here during a drought period. And as we are in a drought period, all of the water has diminished. We have built just a small things, the usual small things that you want to build, a little bit of housing, a little bit of storage, and some trees to get that going, and a little bit of farming just to get the ball rolling. We're up to 17 beavers, not much, and because there's no water flow, then the bad water has flowed backwards here, and that has now also contaminated this area, which means that all our trees in this area has been killed. We need to do something about that, that's for sure. We are now coming up on the end of this drought period, which is good, so we can enable these again. And what we really want to do is over here, I have started the initial construction of this. What I can show is that we really need to be a little bit more careful about this, because if they walk in this, then they will be contaminated. Oh, look at that. It's not even irrigating anymore. And we need the water to flow in here. There we go. Now the water comes in and then pushes back, and then some of this will be a little bit better. We definitely need all of this to be made, so let's try and see if we can sort of prioritize this. We really want to sort of protect this way first. So once we get that barrier up, we can build it the other way. And this is what it looks like when it is set up. All of this is now set up, and gradually this will decrease the part here that's contaminated, because the way it actually works is that these levees are blocking the tide coming out. So you can see that it slowly retracts as we have built this. This is something they added in one of the experimental patches, which is really good. So what you can see is now it spreads still 7 tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tiles. So this one is still correct that it's contaminated, but we'll need to sort of box it off. So this has just made the area down here now irritable, whatever, fertile. Yes. What I've also done is work towards something that's going to be more permanent. If I build this box up here, this is the bad water source. This bad water is just polluting, and we need to, well, if I want to just get rid of it, then I can just get it out here. And I'll also be adding some of this, just so that we get a nice area here. And then it will just be flowing off the map, and then it won't really affect anything anymore. And we can get all of this area around here also to be fertile, which is something we definitely want. Aside from this, we are just expanding usual things. Here's another thing. Since levees do from now on block the block irrigation, both the bad irrigation here, but also the normal irrigation. That means the usual way of doing irrigation kind of works, kind of doesn't work. This part here where you just make a little, maybe have a pit, and then you just wall it off with levees, and then use the water pump for filling it up, and then let it just irrigate 13 tiles around. It actually doesn't work as well anymore, because if you box it completely in, then it won't irrigate anything. So you need to do it sort of against the natural barrier like I have done here. And in that case, it'll sort of irrigate out 13 in this rate, but it'll irrigate like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 out this way. So it'll still irrigate pretty far, but it has to sort of go around the levees. So build it in a corner. So you need as few levees as possible because it will still spread around irrigation wise. It just won't spread through this. It still works pretty good, and you can see from the river it irrigates all the way in here. From this one it irrigates all the way in here, so we just have a little corner that's not irrigated. And basically that means this corner is not irrigated, and up here we're starting to work towards our iron. That's going to take a little bit of time. Let's see if we can get this one built and how that works then. So our scaffolding to block things off here at the top is now done, and we can see that we're working on getting it up here, and we're sort of having a drought in the near future. Or actually that is not a drought, that is a bad tide forecast. So what I've also been doing in preparation for this is I've made these triple floodgates, because what happens when a bad tide is a season? This bad tide season means that the water won't be water anymore, it'll be bad tide. So you need to be able to not have it flow through, because if it flow through, it will absolutely kill everything. So you need to be able to have a sort of enable a diversion, so you can get it off to the side, which is exactly what this gate is for. So what we need to do before this is we need to get some more water up here, because damn, we need a lot more water for lasting through this bad tide here. And then we also want this part, because if we get this part locked off, then we can actually just yeah, we don't have to worry about the this area. We can start uncovering it or start reusing that for something more useful. We're starting to work here and getting this one blocked off. You can see that the flow is down here, but as soon as this one gets built, then it will flow equally in to that side and to the other side. We can also see that all the area around here is now safe, and that still flows both ways, but that still has to be done. Come on, you are missing one, and the bad tide is so close. This is an absolute disaster. You need to get that one in here. Get it in here. You need to get this water in really, really quickly. And as this one gets done, you can do it. Little one. Okay, that one gets done. Prioritize with haulers. Do we even have haulers? No, we don't have haulers. Then I don't want to prioritize with haulers. Then I just want it inbound. And this should be done as well before we get last part. I have extended their workday because, of course, I have. This is working here. And 12 out of 12. Someone come in here and build it. Here we go. Problem is now solved. This one, funnily enough, will be having a little reservoir down here. It will need to wait for a drought for it to evaporate, or sort of just lead it out here, which I don't want to do. So now we have completely blocked off this area. This should not be a problem. This needs to be taken out, which isn't super easy. But what is more important is that we need to prepare a little bit. This one, I want to retain as much water as possible, since there's really close to the bad tide here. And as we come in, then as soon as we hit the bad tide, then I need to block off this one, because I don't want to allow any water to go into any bad tide water to go into my city. So I need to be here, and then just as soon as I see that, we are going to set that up here. Very close. And there's the dawn. Oh, that was close. There you go. It just started pouring in with the bad tide. So now the bad tide is diverted off the map, not my problem, and it sort of spreads through this 7 tiles, so it does kind of lose 1, 2, 3, 4. That is a very, very small price to pay for this part. Of course, all these trees will completely die off. That's a little bit unfortunate, but nothing really I can do about that. At least we have retained water here. We have some water in this location. We also have diverted this off, so we're actually sort of, this is the phase of the game where we've solved the bad water that's on the map. We have solved the bad tides that come in as a season. And now from here on, it's like, okay, we're now stable. We can handle droughts. We can handle bad tides. We can handle bad water. It's all good. So the next stage of it is actually turning it into a source of benefit for us. Because you do need, there are some new things that we want to get. We need to get, for example, explosives now. Explosives require this dynamite, double dynamite, and triple dynamite. The other ones, you require some extract. And extract is something we get from, we need to have a bad water pump so we can pump the bad water. We need to get a centrifuge so we can turn bad water into extract, and the extract is used for decontamination if they get polluted. I can also just show you, we can always load, just show you how fast it just kills everything in the city if you let the bad water spread in here. So, you know, if that happens once, you're pretty much just game over. So don't let that happen. And so peace and prosperity has reached our little location here in this location, and in our little beaver town here. Everything is working as it should. We have a pretty decent number of beavers here, a little housing area, lots of farms in the area that was previously bad water infested, and we have ways to divert it. So now it's basically about time for us to start scaling up. What is it we want to scale up with? Well, the first thing we want to do is we actually want to start working on getting a bad water pump, and then having a medium tank for bad water up here. Let's see, where's the bad water? Bad water is that one. We have one down here, but I don't actually want that to be bad water. I want it to be normal water because we're going to need it for our extended or our additional beavers we have here. So what I also realized is that you can actually just put water wheels on bad water, and since the bad water always flows even during droughts, that sort of seems like this is a source of a ton of power. So what I'd like to do is actually go out here and then start working on what I can only describe as a bad water slide, for lack of a better term. So what if we built something that was, let's see, where is it? It comes in here. And then we can sort of make a slide down here, and just a 3 tile here. Let's see. It's a little bit difficult to get all this done. Here, these two here, like seeing the... Okay, now I don't obviously want this to be done immediately. And then what if we just built like this? And let's get more. So you can also see we do need a lot of trees here. So we could do something like this. And then if we take these two out, then I could actually make this water wheel and these 3 tiles. Then I can sort of go down here and do the same thing. Take those out. Yes. And these ones out. Yes. Maybe these things out as well. And then we can sort of jump down like this all the way down. And then just lead it off the map down here instead. And that would be giving us a ton of power. And that means we can then use the bad water for something useful. We can do this so that we extract it and build it into some pumps, or we can pump it up and we can share it and we can use it for explosives. Then we can also use it here for power generation. Those will be 2 things that are going to be really efficient. So let's try and sort of work a little along this project. New day in our little colony. We are progressing. We have built this centrifuge. What does the centrifuge do? It, I want to prioritize it with haulers. It takes 4 bad water and turn it into 1 extract. So that's pretty good. We just need a better place to have the extract. What we have up here is, this is going to be our bad water extract. We have now a bad water pump. I'm putting it in here into this one right now, but I don't want to have this one sort of filling up with stuff. But we are seeing the centrifuge is centrifuging. And that means we can now start working on explosives as well. And that means we should have the explosive factory. Let's make that, and I'll build it over here. There are really not a lot of places left for us to build, so we are just kind of struggling here. And I will just get a line. We can leech the power from here, and let's get some power lines. You never know when it's where it's gonna go. And then from here, go over to that location. And then we just need a road inbound. That's going to be here. Good. So that means we now get also the explosive factory. The explosive factory, explosives do not really need bad water, but the bad water is needed for something else. By the way, we also need to make sure that we have a bad water storage. I really don't need a lot of bad water stored, because I can also store it in here. So I'm just going to put that one in here and then make this into not bad water, but extract, because that's going to be used primarily for explosives, but that's about it. So this one's coming up here. And again, I have marked this, if you look at priority, I have just marked this as low priority. So this is going to be what I'm going to build whenever I have nothing else to do. I've also marked all this so we don't replant things in this area, and that we are just focusing on removing these trees and not the other trees as well. And that's just a lot of time to progress. Also harvesting trees up here, because at this point we are going to need a silly amount of trees for all of this. And we're back to our thriving colony. It's getting bigger and things are working really well. We have everything sort of taken care of. We're up to 53 beavers, and we can have up to 55 in our little colony over here, and we just have Inventor's Hut doing stuff whenever we have anything, any idle ones. We got explosives, so we can start working on that. We've also started working on gravity batteries. This seems like a great location to build gravity batteries, because why not? And we managed to just squeeze out up here with our first explosives, knocking this one out. That was necessary. We got lots and lots of extract, and that means we can go over here. We can go over and just explode some things. I want to clean out this area so we can make some windmills. We don't need this mountain here, and if we open it up, then it can actually get irrigated from here. It just won't really irrigate upwards naturally. This slide, nothing really has been done yet, but that's kind of understandable, because I kind of start working on other stuff like gravity batteries. So we're gonna need to get the gravity batteries done, and then we can start working on the factory here, while just exploding away a few things in the meantime. Some more time has passed. Our gravity batteries are done and they are fully charged. That's excellent. We have windmills here, small windmills, just helping out on our power, because our power is not really keeping up, because we only have this, and this doesn't work during drought. And then we have some windmills that, well, they're okay. Here we want to build some big windmills, but they are currently turned off because I want to get this slide done. Look at that, it's actually done. So what I have started working on here is this part, and what I want to do, and I can't do this in one go, I'll have to basically build this one, and then build staircases like this, and oh, this one can actually be built from the ground and up. So here I'll build that one, and then this can be built from the bottom. This cannot be built from the bottom. This has to be built by going down the staircase. And by going down the staircase, we can build that, and we can build the next one, and we can so on and so forth, all the way up. I did a little test here to see that I actually don't need these here. What I can do, that one, and this one, and this one, and here, and here, and here, and not that one yet. I'm also going to build some gates over here, so I can kind of control it. And that's kind of annoying, because I can't build this one. There's no path over there. So that one has to be done first, and then I can build it a temporary little structure like this, so we can work over, build this one, and then remove it and build the other floodgate. But they will be super busy building all of this. So what I need to do is build one, then build one more. Once they build this one, then I can remove this. I can actually, there you go, they're coming in, and then it just needs someone to actually work. Nope, it's nighttime. So this is going to take like basically a lot of micromanagement to get all the way up here. Then I'm going to build from this location that actually matches this location, and this is not really needed. So I can get, basically, you can go up, and yeah, I want to take this down, but if I remove this wall, this staircase, then I can't build that one as well. I think this is unbelievable how much effort there is into this. Like, it has to be done in sequence, so you can say, like, take one out, build the next one. I have to build this one, because I have to go over to this tile in order to build this. So prioritize, and this one got built. That means now I can take this out. Then I can do you and you at the same time. Yes. And then we'll have some other walls over on this side here. And that will be, nope, it'll be like this. Oh, that's actually too high already. There, and here, and yeah, right, so that works. And I will be, this can be built from down here, but the other ones I have to build from the top down, which means I need to build staircases so they can get down to build this. By the way, that is a great idea. This one is set to obtain from other warehouses and prioritized by haulers. That means haulers bring it from here to here. And then the builders will just be running back and forth for this part, right? So next one can be built. Once this one is built, I can remove this, and so on and so forth. That's just going to take forever. So here we have the last bit of the connection with the water slide. So all of this is now spinning, and if we look at this, we have basically zero output because the wind is not blowing, and we are screwed, aren't we? Well, if only we had some water flowing down here, and then this will be going up. And look at that. Look how much it's producing. There we go. Our problems are now completely solved. The bad water slide is complete, and we have 135. This is what it maximum can produce. It's sort of a normal flow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Who knows what 8 times 135 is, but it certainly is a lot. It's probably what we see here. And that means with this done, we have now used a small bit of the map, but we've also, we can even do it better, right? We can do one more. There we go, 9 of those. And then we just need to get this one done as well. All of this can be done really easily, and we have to, we've done that a few times. So we just need this one, and then we can get, this will be built, this one will also be built. Look how quick they build it when they just have stacks right next to them. And that will be 9 times all this, and we'll, oh, you can do it, you can do it. There, that get built. And then finally we'll have the last bit here, and then we'll have 9 of those operating at all times. That will help get the batteries. Now the batteries are actually recharging even though we are in the drought and the wind is not blowing. That is brilliant. I think that's working really, really well. Just the last pieces of the puzzle here in terms of this base. At this point, well, you can start working on robots, you can start working on all sorts of things, but ultimately what we really can say, we can also just tap this area. We want to knock down this part here, so let's do some of that just to sort of get a nice state here. So this is our little colony now that it is complete, and pretty much as the point where I would say it's complete. We have our bad water slides working. All 9 of these are working. They're working constantly. They will never be tired. They'll never stop working. So that's going to work really well. We have built an area over here for wind farms. That's going to be pretty nice. Built big wind farms here. We also built some area here for the what do they call? That's called the sparkly woods. I think that's what it's called. And we can work on the mine up here. The gravity batteries are working fine. I also built a little reservoir up here so that we can store things. And I have made an exit here so that when we get the bad tides season, we can just open these and empty the water out. But we also have a little bit of storage up here. It's not going to be a massive storage, but we have a little bit of storage up here. It's 3 deep. We just blow that out. That was really easy to do. We can of course make it bigger if we want to, and I think that would probably be a good idea. But it's always important that these ones will be set to 3 in height so that nothing goes out, and these are set to 2.5, and that means we retain the water. But when we then get the bad tides, then we can just empty this, and then we block this off and let the bad tide water flow off the map immediately. So right now we have completely solved all the things that are related to the bad tides. We have turned it into a free power source, and we have made sure that it cannot pollute with the bad tide seasons. And I don't think there's much more to do in this space. We can of course just work on robots and all that stuff, but it won't really change anything compared to how it usually plays. There are of course many other things that are also part of this this map, or this thing here. There are bulletin boards, like those small things that are there are some other, there are lanterns here, you know, there's scarecrows, there are beehives, you know, there's some beehives. I think that's not added in update 5, but there are a number of different things that are also new to update 5. But I think update 5 has done a lot of work making it So you don't only have to fight the drought, but also have to work on these things, and then you can turn it into some powerful advantages for your base. So I hope you enjoyed this little showcase of what Timberborn Update 5 brings. And if you enjoy factory games, simulation games, colony games, that kind of thing, then this is probably the channel for you. So I hope you will subscribe to the channel, like the video, and all that good stuff. I'll see you guys on Twitch, on YouTube, or maybe on Discord. Until next time, take care and stay effective.